well, let me just stop being an idiot for a minute. I need to leave the keys in the ignition and pop the hood. All right. Now, well, excuse me. I was gonna lean on that, but it's a little wet. Good afternoon, and welcome back to another episode of Hard Times Garage. On this episode, it's going to be all about carb spacers for factory Rochester carbs and stock 350 4-barrel manifolds. I'll show you what I mean. So I just recently picked this up from the old Scamazon, and we're going to try this. It does have longer hardware, so we'll see if it works. And this is beautiful. This is actually a pretty nice kit. It comes with two decently thick, seemingly pretty decent gaskets, and a 1-inch all aluminum, shiny, never used carb spacer. Even got the sticker on it. And some pretty awesome, way undersized racing stickers, so they don't do any good. So that works out. So the test today, what I want to do is I want to see if I can feel it in the butt dyno, which I'm sure you probably can a little bit. But the other thing we're going to do is we're actually going to put to bed a myth. Whether these actually help or decrease your fuel mileage. I have my own opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think it's going to do. But we're going to throw it on if this hardware fits and see what it does. Ready? Let's get into it. We got the carb loose, so what I'm going to try to do is just lift it. Oh, I will have to undo this. Darn. Hopefully. Might have to undo the brake too. First of all, is that gasket. Yeah, that gasket's still in decent shape. That's good. Alright, so then, what I'm going to do, which side is which? Beautiful spacer, going in. Alright, well, let go of me. And another gasket, thank you very much. Okay. So, let's see how well this works. Let go. Let go. Where did I set all the hardware? It is out there. Can you please bring that to me? Just kidding. I'm the only one out here, as usual. Okay. Not long enough, apparently, somehow. That's no good. It's no good at all. Okay, so let me turn the camera. We're gonna have to take a brief pause And what I'm gonna do, let me get the other one. We're gonna have to do a little bit of fab work because I'm not about to go back to town right now. Well, I can't unless I take my truck. Oops, there we are. So you can see how much shorter that is, and I'm guessing it needs to be another 1/2 inch on top of that. So basically, what I'm gonna do is whack, which one is it? I'm gonna whack them apart, weld them together, make a nice long one. Let me get set up and I'll move the camera and you can watch me do that, I suppose. I wasn't wanting to plug in my welder and all of that right now. Oh well. Yeah, I shouldn't have hugged the side so much. I always do it out of habit just because I don't, you know, I want to leave enough walkway on the other side of it so we can get in and out of the garage, but man, a little too snug. This is gonna be a trick trying to weld over here. Don't mind me, I have so much stuff going on this side of the bench, it's ridiculous. Nah, it's fine, they're already scratched a lot. I'm just about done building the throttle bracket for the Ford, which reminds me, next week, it's all about the Ford, and there's a good reason for it. Too bad that's not a smaller diameter. There's my punch, bunch of junk, garbage. Out of the way. This is what I've got going on for the Ford. It's gonna sit essentially like that on the other side of the intake, or on the back side of the intake. I'm gonna drill a hole in this side. I know it looks a little cavemanish right now, but just trust me, it'll work out. Bolts. Probably help if I plugged it in. I'm a mess today. Well, most days. Let's be honest. Sorry, Suburban. I think I'm a dummy and I just did this the backwards way of what I was planning. I'm sure I did. Nope, I didn't. Thank God. All right, that ought to be perfect. See there? We weld that back together and it'll give us nearly a 1/2 inch more threads. If I have to toss a couple of washers on it, that's fine. I can do that. All right. Back upright, please. All right, Vice, you're gonna hate me, but I gotta do it. Pretty dang close. What do you think of that? I think that's pretty dang straight. It's about as straight as we're gonna get. Hopefully, oops. Hopefully it's enough. Okay, not too bad, right? Cooled down pretty good. Not too bad. Let's see if she fits. Oh. You gonna thread in, or you just gonna be a jerk and continue fighting me? What are you doing? Being a jerk, eh? That's alright. There's something wrong with the threads. The threads? Of course that thread's messed up. I'll bet you anything it got stripped, and that's why it doesn't want to go. Oh, man. Look at these threads. Can you see that? Alright, I gotta break out my thread file. Hold on. Okay, let's try this. Hey, we won. There it is. Alright, now where does it stop? That's the real question. Is it gonna go all the way? Hey! We won. Went all the way. Oh, this one's still grabbing? Oh yeah, for sure. I cannot believe that worked. Perfect. All right. Now I'm gonna jump back in here and get the backside on. This fuel filter is kinking itself like mad. I'm gonna have to adjust the angle on that. The angle of that dangle. All right. Let's finish this up. I'm ready to move on. That's what I'm trying to say, basically. Oh my goodness. I forgot something. All right. There. And don't worry, I sprayed all the shavings out both times with brake clean and a blue towel and made sure it was nice and clean. Okay. We're also, once we get the carb, well, I'm gonna advance it a little bit anyways and try to make this thing run right, because it is definitely just a little retarded. Which is fine, I mean, I am its owner, so. Alright, snug. And snug. There, now snug. And snug. Please don't strip. Snug. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Okay. That is not at all what I was hoping would happen. And not even slightly. We were so close. So close, YouTube. I wish I had some all thread right now. That's what I was originally looking for. I mean, I do have some, it's just everything I have is the wrong size, of course. Okay. Well, I double welded it this time and got it restarted. If you don't know what I mean I welded it, ground it down even, and then welded it again, and then ground it down again. I want to be extremely gentle with it. And after the first time I welded it, I took it and did my level best to bend it and or break it. And I whacked it on the vise a few times and a few different things. And so far it's holding, so we'll see. If it breaks again, I'm just gonna go to the hardware store and buy a bolt because this is taking way too much time. All right. Let's try this one more time. I gotta snug them up decently. The last thing you want is a carb leak. I don't know how this one keeps getting loose on me. There we go. That should be pretty good. I'm wondering if this plate isn't 100% square. It's almost what it seems like. That's plenty tight. That's plenty tight. Not touching it any more than that. I'm sure that it's fine, but my goodness, does that make me nervous. All right. Get this hooked up. Get this hooked up. Why doesn't it want to move now? What's going on? What's the matter? Why is it locked up? What? You gotta be kidding me. The spacer is wrong. Because of course it is. And my light's dead. Okay, well I don't know if I'm just lucky or if I'm an idiot. But, excuse me, flipping this spacer upside down seems to work. I just shined a light down it, made sure nothing was hanging up, snugged all the bolts up really good, made sure that nothing was catching, and I think it might work, maybe. I might put a secondary throttle spring on here just in case, but we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. 30-minute project, 3 hours into it. Well, 2. Let's crank her up. Well, that's not a good sign. Why don't you just hang out over there? Makes me feel a little bit better. I don't see a massive fuel leak yet, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the idle a little bit. I'm gonna restart. Did I forget? Oh, I did forget something. Hold up. Let's see if it'll run better without a vacuum leak. That's more like it. Okay, now we're gonna have to be really careful and not get hit by the fan or push the radiator hose into the fan. And we're gonna try to time this thing. It sounds, oh. Woo! All right, we'll just move that. Whoops. Nah. There's no way. Oh, man. Well, hopefully I didn't knock a hole in my radiator. Well, so far I don't see one, so that's good. We'll just put this back here a little ways. Okay. Man, I tell you what, it is unnerving not having a shroud on this thing. Alright. Well, let's see if our legs will get the same treatment as that poor light just did. Way smoother, just like a whoa, sorry about that, like a linear acceleration, just like dead even smooth instead of wah, you know what I mean? This thing does not let me have enough coffee. My wife got me this new mug for Valentine's Day, and I love it, but I'm not used to drinking that slow. This thing seals too well. My old one did not. There we go. It's pretty funny. I like it. I really want to stomp on it, but I'm afraid I'll run out of gas if I do. quite feel like the 4-barrel's open to me. Something's going on with that throttle linkage. It's not letting me get full 4-barrel, I don't think. I can feel the pedal stop when I get to a certain point. Well, I guess we'll see what it does for cruising since I'm not going to be wide open. Huh. Yeah, that's no fun at all. Yep, my 4-barrels aren't opening, at least not all the way. I'm only getting maybe half of them, and the pedal is just stopping. Well, as far as I know, this is a 16-gallon tank. It might be a 20, but I think it's a 16. And we just put 15.3 in it. So, yeah, it's probably a good thing that those 4-barrels didn't open when I wanted them to. Not sure what's going on with that. I gotta go right now. Man, I'm missing those 4-barrels. What I could do is stack the adapter plate on the top because I know that they're wider in the top. They're kind of funnel shaped. I could stick one on the top of this spacer and it would allow my my throttle blades, my 4-barrels, to open all the way instead of being stuck like this. Alright, here we go, on the highway. I keep thinking I'm forgetting to hang the pump up. Let's do some quick math here. Not as good as I was hoping, but I know we have incredibly strong headwind right now the entire way to Rathdrum, and I don't know how much of my throttle blades, or how much of which ones are hanging up. I think it's restricting my primaries somewhat as well. I can't verify that. I will try to verify that once we get back to the house. But we did basically, how many miles is it? I want to say it's 14.5 or 14.8, something like that. So I'm just going to go 14.5 plus 14. Oh, that's 30. What am I doing? Alright. So 30 miles with a horrible, horrible headwind. I had to have it nearly floored. Well, not nearly floored. I had to have, it was probably half pedal trying to go. I mean, it was buffeting all over the place and the hood was rattling and I thought it was going to come up, and we were doing about 65 the entire time. So let's just do this. 30 divided by 2.3. 13. That's horrible. Not the best day in the world for this test, I suppose. What is with everyone driving around with their lights off in dark colored cars? Alright, well, we're home. That's a little bit of a anticlimactic video, I suppose, unfortunately. Throttle blades are being restricted, and it tanked my mileage where the wind did. And I drove it easy. Except the hill coming home, that thing I had to have it straight on the floor with every bit of I could give it. I was pushing against the linkage trying to not lose speed up the hill, so whatever. Dapt, not impressed. Not happy either. So, no, it's not that I'm unhappy. Just not impressed. Well, it might be different if I had my throttle blades working properly and it actually gave me some performance. We'll see. I want to mess around with that a bit, see if I can't get the throttle blades to open, and then if that's the case, I don't know. Maybe we'll do another mileage test down the road and see if it comes back at all when we're not battling 100-mile-an-hour headwinds. That's gonna do it. I hope you guys have a great week. Sorry this video is kind of short, but like I said, I go back to work tomorrow, and today's Monday, so yeah, didn't have a chance to do anything this weekend, unfortunately. We'll see you next week. Don't buy a Dapt thing, at least not till I get this figured out. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. See you on the next one. Okay, so just kidding. I'm not quite done yet. It was my own fault. I figured out what happened to the throttle linkage. When I hooked back up the spring, I accidentally hooked it up in a different spot, and so it was hanging up against the cable. So now we have full throttle. So at least we'll be able to tell whether the performance was worth it or not. So let's go give that a shot real quick. I'm excited for that. That should be good. I did double check. I have full range of motion on the pedal, and I have full 4 barrels at in the carb. So sorry it's dark in here. Let's give it a shot. I've got some new what's the word I'm looking for? Optimism. Let's see what this thing does. It'll actually downshift now. So perfect. There is nobody anywhere. Let's go. Oh my goodness. That's acceptable for less mileage. Alright. I think I got about another 400 or 500 RPM out of this thing at least. And it boogies. It really boogies. My goodness. Let's just mat it right here. Oh my gosh. And it's smooth. Okay, I take it back. Everything's my fault. I messed it all up. I did everything wrong. I put it on upside down. I hooked the throttle spring up in the wrong position. Froze up the linkage. I did it all wrong. It's my fault. Still not happy about the mileage. But can I make this? Oh yeah. Oh. mama. It's a good thing I just put new brakes on this. Wow, that is fun. Thing's a dang race car now. That went another 2 gallons probably. All right. I'm much happier. Much happier. That's quite a bit of fun. That made a significant difference. Much bigger difference than I thought it was gonna make. I thought it was gonna be pretty good, maybe a couple of more 100 RPM, whatnot. No, this thing just sings. My goodness. Yeehaw! Okay, that is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it now. And the spring, it was holding my primaries like halfway close to, so I just had this thing like, you'd think it would have gotten better mileage, but it was struggling so hard because it could not get enough air. The other thing is, I know where part of my mileage went. Yeehaw! Woo! I mean, you get that tire broke loose just a little bit, and this thing just whips. Woo! All right. Oh man, I gotta stop horsing around, or this thing's gonna be empty before I get home. Okay. Oh yeah, part of my mileage. I forgot I've taken this thing off road a few times and stirred up a lot of dirt and a lot of mud and a lot of dust. And we've had a lot of smoke from fires and whatnot and that sort of stuff. And my air cleaner looks pretty much like my soul. So I need a new one of them. That'll probably help significantly. Might get a tall one. No, I won't, because then it won't. I won't be able to close the hood. I'll just have to get a better one. I might get a Spectre or something that's high flow, decent K&N, something like that. And then we'll see if my mileage doesn't come back just a little bit. All right, that's good enough. I'm tired of riding around with this LED blinding me and attracting all sorts of attention. So, do in fact buy a Dapt Quadrajet adapter. You'll be extremely pleased with the acceleration and the RPM and the sound and all the rest of it. Can't give you an honest, straight answer on the mileage. I'm thinking most of that's my fault and a dirty air cleaner, headwind, and the rest. So go ahead and give it a shot. I mean, you're not gonna lose anything necessarily. I'm gonna stop yapping. Go check it out. They're $60. They come with some cool stickers. Might stick one on here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe, we'll see. Go have some fun, do some experimenting, and do it right. Learn from my mistakes. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Way too much fun. Okay, I'm done playing. I'm gonna get pulled over.